Assalamu alaikum. This is Shahrukh Mujumdar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Holy Eid Miladunnabi commemorating birth and demise of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam observed with religious solemnity and fervor. Ideals and morals of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will guide the mankind in all ages, says Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. Capital Dhaka experiences huge colorful rallies on occasion of Eid Miladunnabi. All cities, including Port City Chattogram, experience same. Israel claims as they captured almost 40% of Gaza city. And Italy grabs 5-0 victory over Estonia in World Cup qualifier at Gewiss Stadium. Those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Holy Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the day of birth and demise of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is being observed across the country with due religious solemnity today. Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a significant festival for Muslims across the globe. On this day in 570, the 12th of Rabiul Awwal of the Hijri calendar, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born in Makkah of Saudi Arabia with divine blessings and a message of peace for mankind. Different government and non-government organizations, including the Islamic Foundation, have chalked out elaborate programs to mark the day. Meanwhile, on the occasion of the Holy Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has extended his heartfelt greetings to the Muslim Ummah, including the countrymen, in a message. Professor Muhammad Yunus said Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a sacred and glorious day for the Muslims across the globe, marking the arrival of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was sent as the Rahmatul lil Alameen, mercy for the entire universe. Chief Advisor said the timeless ideals and teachings of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will continue to guide humanity across all ages and generations towards the path of salvation. He stressed that in today's conflict-ridden world, the Prophet's sallallahu alaihi wasallam universal teachings and adherence to his sunnah are the keys to establishing peace, justice and harmony. The Holy Eid Miladunnabi is being observed across the country today with due religious reverence and solemnity. Marking the auspicious occasion, Muslims across the country organized a variety of events, including joyous processions. Devotees brought out colorful processions, carrying banners and festoons, while discussions, Quran recitations and cultural programs were held at different venues to honor the day. A 2-week-long Islamic book fair also began today on the southern premises of Baitul Mukarram National Mosque. The Holy Eid Miladunnabi was observed at the BNP Central Office in Neapolitan, where party leaders prayed for the well-being of the Muslim Ummah and reaffirmed the spirit of brotherhood. This year's celebrations featured the traditional Jasne Julus and special prayer sessions where participants prayed for the oppressed Rohingya Muslims and the people of Palestine. Jashne Julus, a traditional Islamic procession, was brought out in the port city of Chattogram with the participation of thousands of devoted Muslims on the occasion of the Holy Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam today. Pir Allama Sayyid Muhammad Sabir Shah, custodian of Sirikot Sharif, led the 53rd Julus organized by Anjuman-e Rahmaniya Ahmadiyya Sunniya Trust. In the morning, the colorful procession starting from Alamgir Khanka adjacent to Sholashahar Jamia Ahmadiyya Sunniya Madrasa paraded various streets of the city. Later, a dua mahfil was held at Jamia Ahmadiyya Sunniya Aliyah Madrasa ground. The speakers called upon to follow the life, philosophy and ideals of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. City Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain, Senior Vice President Muhammad Manzoor Alam Manju and Secretary General Muhammad Anwar Hussain of Anjuman-e-Rahmaniya Ahmadiyya Sunniya Trust, convener of the Julush Preparation Committee Muhammad Samsuddin, Principal of Jamia Ahmadiyya Sunniya Kamil Madrasa Allama Abdul Alim Rizvi and prominent Islamic thinkers and eminent scholars addressed the occasion. Prayers were offered for the peace and well-being of the country and the continued success and progress of the Muslim Ummah in the Dua Mahfil. Pakistan's newly appointed High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Imran Haider, paid a courtesy call on BNP's Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. The meeting was held this morning at the BNP Chairperson's office at Gulshan in Dhaka. BNP Standing Committee members Dr. Abdul Moin Khan and Amir Khushru Mahmud Chaudhary, along with Organizing Secretary Shama Obaid, were also present. BNP Standing Committee member Mirza Abbas has claimed that the attack on Nurul Haq Nur was deliberate and demanded his immediate transfer abroad for advanced medical treatment. He made the demand while briefing journalists today after visiting Nurul Haq Nur, president of Gano Adhikar Parishad, who is undergoing treatment at Dhaka Medical College Hospital. Mirza Abbas said that a vested quota is attempting to create chaos in order to sabotage the election, and he urged the government to take stronger measures against these anti-national conspiracies. Now international news. Israeli troops have reached the center of Gaza City in the Gaza Strip. They claim to have captured nearly 40% of the city's area. On Friday, the Israeli military destroyed a 12-story building in this ancient and largest city of Gaza. They also bombed a section of a 5-story building. Meanwhile, yesterday marked the 700th day of Israel's aggression in Gaza. On this day, a report from Gaza's health department stated that since the brutal attacks by Israel began in the valley on October 7, 2023, at least 19,424 children have been killed. This means a child has lost their life every 52 minutes. Among the deceased children, nearly 1,000 are newborns and infants under 1 year old. So far, the death toll from Israeli attacks in Gaza stands at 64,300. The number of injured exceeds 1,62,000. A powerful earthquake has struck Afghanistan once again on Thursday. This marks the third major earthquake in the region within just 4 days. On Sunday, the first quake, measuring 6 magnitude, caused widespread devastation, described as one of the deadliest in recent years. That day, many villages in Kunar and Nangarhar provinces were reduced to rubble. On Tuesday, another 5.5 magnitude tremor struck, further disrupting rescue operations. The death toll continues to rise. The Taliban administration reported that so far 2,217 people have been confirmed dead, while at least 4,000 have been injured. US President Donald Trump says India has offered to cut its tariffs to nothing, even as he called the current trade stalemate with the country a totally one-sided disaster. US tariffs of 50% on goods from India, which includes 25% penalty for Delhi's refusal to stop buying oil from Russia, took effect last week. India has not responded to Trump's latest comment, but such war of words over Russian oil has caused Delhi-Washington ties to hit an all-time low. India buys most of its oil and military products from Russia, very little from the US. Trump wrote, adding Delhi should have cut tariffs years ago. Delhi has previously said the oil supply from Russia was vital to meet the energy demands of its vast population. It has also called the tariffs unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. Last week, the country's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal said India will neither bow down nor ever appear weak. in its economic relationships with other countries. He also said the country was ready to have a free trade agreement with anyone who wanted it. The United States is preparing for a possible attack on the active drug trafficking networks within Venezuela. President Donald Trump is said to be considering these options, according to U.S. media. As part of this, he has ordered the deployment of advanced F-35 stealth fighter jets to Puerto Rico. On Friday, U.S. sources informed news agencies that 10 F-35 fighter jets have been sent to an airbase in Puerto Rico as part of an operation against the Latin American trafficking network identified by Washington as a drug terrorist organization. CNN reports, citing multiple sources, that the Trump administration is seriously considering a military strike against drug trafficking groups within Venezuela. This raises concerns that the already heightened tensions between Washington and Caracas may further escalate. Meanwhile, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has called on the United States on Friday to abandon its violent regime change plans. He stated the United States should respect our sovereignty, peace, and the right to independence. Addressing Trump, Maduro said, "We may have differences, but that can never lead to military conflict. Venezuela has always been ready for dialogue." In recent weeks, due to threats from the United States, Maduro has gathered nearly 340,000 troops. Maduro warned if Venezuela is attacked, the country will immediately enter a phase of armed struggle.